So let's say while in Hajj, you were, enjoying yourself, mashallah, taking a bit of a break from all the ibadah, maybe having some dinner, some lunch, whatever it was, and mashallah, you picked up that drink and you drank some of it. And then after a while, you started to wonder that, you know what? Is this considered a fragrance? Is this this smelled like a fragrant drink? So was this permissible? And if not, would there be any penalty that I have to pay? So the first thing you would do is come to this flowchart and you would say, well, okay, this is a consumable. It's something I've consumed. So this first section applies to you. Thereafter, the second aspect that you have to look at is it a fragrance itself? Is it a fragrance itself? So what is a fragrance and what is not a fragrance? So you look at the definitions. So the definition for a fragrance is any consumable that is or contains something considered by people to be a fragrance. Right? For example, cardamom. For example, cloves. For example, rose water. And so many other things that people generally consider to be a fragrance. In contrast to that, then you have obviously a non-fragrance, which is any consumable that is not or does not contain something considered by people to be a fragrance, even though that thing itself may have a smell. So obviously here, when we're talking about a fragrance, we're talking about a nice smell, right? So for example, let's say cheese and onion flavored crisps. They have a smell, right? But that smell is not very pleasant. So therefore, even though they have a smell, they're not considered fragrant, right? Because fragrance refers to a nice smell. So once you figure out whether it is a fragrance or not a fragrance, you would then go into the relevant flowchart. So let's take the example that we had mentioned of a lemon and mint drink. Now, lemon itself, right, in and of itself, is not considered a fragrance. As for mint, mint is something that the ulama differ on. You will find some ulama who say, no, mint is a fragrance. And you will find others who say, no, mint is not a fragrance. Now, our opinion at Whitethread is that mint is not regarded as a fragrance. So for that reason, we will say, well, okay, this is a non-fragrance, right? There is nothing in there. The drink itself is not a fragrance, and nor is there anything in there that is considered as a fragrance by people. So therefore, very, very simply, what would you do? You would go to the section of non-consumables. Sorry, of consumables, but non-fragrance. So you scroll down, you see non-fragrance, and here you go, you see that a non-fragrance, right? It's permissible to consume, but disliked to smell if it has a pleasant aroma. So in and of itself, that drink you drank, there is no penalty for it.